Hello class, this is a video that shows you about daily geography. You will need to know this for the next exam. So if you're watching this because you were absent or just need a reminder, please pay attention. First thing, in order to understand coordinates, you have to understand the terms that you should have cut out and glued into page 4 of your notebook. They look something like this. You have longitude, latitude, equator, and prime meridian. These terms will help you understand how to navigate a map. First, longitude. Invisible lines that run up and down vertical lines. These are lines that divide the world into east and the west. And if we go to our map, these are the lines that go up and down like this. Now, these are lines of longitude. This is the 0-degree line of longitude called the prime meridian, one of your other terms. So from here, right here is where you would start to decide if you're going east or west in your coordinates. East being this way to the right, and west being this way to the left. Right? So again, prime meridian is 0-degree line of longitude, and then you look up the whatever your coordinates are, and if they're a W, you go this way, and if they're an E, you go this way. Eastern side of the world, western side of the world. The other term is latitude. Invisible lines that run east to west, side to side, and are parallel. These lines divide the world into north and the south. And the 0-degree line of latitude is the equator. And if we go here, 0-degree line of latitude, this is 0. The equator right down the middle of the world. If your coordinates tell you to go north, then you go up north. If they tell you S, it's south. You go below the equator. So this divides the world into the northern side and the southern side. And the idea is, if your coordinates tell you, let's say the letters are SW, then you get to the equator and you know that S means south, so it means you got to go down. So you know that the whatever coordinates you're looking for are going to be below the equator. So anywhere down here. Now the other letter was W. So you get to the prime meridian and it says W, so you go west, meaning left. So now you know that it's going to be on this side of the world. So you know the bottom part of the world and the western part of the world, meaning your coordinates are going to be somewhere in here. The southern, western side of the world. If they're NE, you get to 0 latitude, which is your equator. N stands for north, so you know it's going to be on the northern side of the world, somewhere on the north side. The other letter is E, you know it's on the eastern side, meaning this side, so you know it's on this side of the world. And we'll get to more specifics once you get the actual numbers. Now, a little thing that you need to understand about these lines of latitude and longitude. The lines of latitude, the ones that go across the world east to west, they're parallel, meaning they never move. They're exactly the same distance on a map, always. So if it's 60 here, you just run exactly that line across. You don't have to make that line move at all. They're all perfectly straight. Longitude, they do move because they curve around the world. So these lines, they kind of rotate a little bit. All right, so if you have a line of longitude that is 60 west, you get to the prime meridian, you go 60 west. So let's go 20. No, we're not there yet. 40, we're not there yet. 60, there we are. All right, so when it's time to decide where your line of longitude is, you can't go 60 and just go straight down. All right, you gotta follow the line. So if the line curves, then that means 60 here is also 60 here, and 60 here, and 60 here, and 60 here. Latitude, on the other hand, you just go straight across. If it's 40, it's nice and straight all the way across the world, right at the 40 line. So remember, latitude goes nice and straight, just follow the line. Longitude, you have to follow it. Now, what if your number of longitude or latitude is not listed on the map? What if it's a 35 north? Well, the way you find it is you get to the 0-degree line of latitude, which is equator, and you start going up until you get to it. So we get to the first line, it's 20. We're looking for 35 north, so it's going up. Are we there yet? No. So we go to the next line, 40. Are we there yet? We passed it. So we have to find where 35 is. So it's simple. You take this area here between 20 and 40, and you divide it in half. If you divide it in half right down the middle, that's 30. So 30, 40, again 30, 40, we need 35. So 35 is about right here. Meaning if your line of latitude is 35, you're going to go across right down 35 like this. So you found one. Now the other one is going to be 110. So 110 west. So you get to 20, you're not there. You get 40, you're not there. You get 60, you're not there. 80, you're not. 100, you're not. 120, you passed it. So 110 will be between 120 and 100, so somewhere in the middle. Now remember, you can't go straight down like it was latitude. You have to follow it. So 110, you got to follow it right down the middle of these two lines. And as the lines get wider, you have to stay right in the middle as well. And it'll be to here. So here is 110 that we found right here, 110. And then here is 35 that we had found earlier. So we're looking at the bottom part of the United States. All right. So again, if your letters are NE, you're looking at the northern world and the eastern world. So somewhere here. NW is up here. SW is down here. SE is down here. So let's look up a couple of terms together. The first coordinates are 39 north, 120 west. All right. So we get to the equator. 39 north means we go up. 20, 40, we passed it too much. 39 is right about here. So our coordinates are going to be right close to the line, but not quite there, across. The other one is 120 west. So 0, we go west, means we go left. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and actually this one has a line. So all we do is follow the line until we get to 39, which is about right here, which is the United States, and more specifically, what state, ladies and gentlemen? California. All right, let's look up another one. 38 south, 62W. 38 south, 62W. So you go to the equator. 38 south, does that mean up or down? That means down. So we get a 40, we're not there yet. 20, we're not there yet. 40, we passed it. So we need to look for 38. So right in the middle would be 30. That'll be about 38.5. So 38 is about where the hand is right there. So we go across like this. Somewhere along this line is going to be our country. All right, the other number is 62W. So you get to the equator, the prime meridian, 0, 20, 40. We're not there yet because it's 62. 60, we're almost there. So that means you got to figure out between 80 and 60 where it is. So it's probably really close to 62. And remember, you got to curve with the line until you get to 38, which is about right here. So right here is 38 this way that we measured before, and 62 this way. And that, of course, is Argentina. All right, so the coordinates of Argentina are 38 south, 62 west. Let's do another one. 24 north, 30 east. So again, we get to the equator, and we go to 24 north. We go to 20, go to 40. Again, we passed it. So right in the middle is 30. Right in the middle between 30 and 20 is 25. So about 24. So our coordinates are going to be somewhere right at that line. So with your finger, you would start tracing this across to see where our coordinates are going to be. 24. All right, now the other one is 30 east. So we're at 0. We're going right because it's east. 20, 40. We passed it. So 30 would be right in the middle of 20 here and 40 here. And like you see, if you look down here, there's 40. So 30 would be here. You curve with it until you hit that 24 mark, which is about right here, which means you're now in Egypt. So 24 north, 30 east is Egypt. Last one, 30 north, 120 east. So you go again to the coordinates. 20, 30, 40, 30 is right in the middle. So we found our first coordinate. It's going to be somewhere along that, right down the middle of that line of latitude. The other one is 120 east. Start at the 0 line degree of longitude, the prime meridian, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. So we found the line. We don't even have to estimate on this one. So we go down, 120, follow that line, and we hit the 30 right here, and that's right at the edge of the country of China. So 38 north, 120 east is that. Remember, as you do this, you have to find those coordinates: east, north, west, south. Now, for a map like the United States, since the United States is in the northern part and the western part, every coordinate that the United States ever guessed is always going to have NW. So we're going to look to the NW map. The United States map. All right. So we're going to look up the coordinates for just a state. So again, all of these are always lines of west, longitude, and these are always lines of north latitude. So let's say I was looking for Georgia, all right? Georgia's right here. What would my coordinates be? So I got to figure out right in the middle. All right, so this is 30 and this is 40. Right in the middle would be 35. But that's not Georgia yet. 34, 33. So somewhere here I know that it's 33. And if I needed to find the other one, it's between the 80 line and the 90 line. Right in the middle would be 85. It's right at the edge. So we say 84. So if I wanted to know the coordinates of Georgia, it would be 84 west and 33 north. All right. What if I gave you the coordinates of 40 west and 116 north? So we're going to find 40 west. We go up. And luckily, there's a line of 40 west. So somewhere here is going to be your state that we're looking for. Now we need 116. So 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Somewhere about the middle is 115. So 116. So we follow the straight down and we get to 40. And we know that those coordinates of 40 west and 116 north are, or 116 west, I'm sorry, is Nevada. All right. So you have to be able to follow the lines. If the lines curve, you curve with it. Otherwise, you follow them straight as they are on the map. So you need an N or a south, N or an S, and an E or W. North-south or east-west. All right. Hopefully that will clear things up for you.